Hey everybody, I'm Tom Vasel. Welcome to our best of 2017 coverage, except that this video is actually about 2018. So I thought I'd put together a list. It's the new year. We're going into 2018. What would I like to see happen in 2018? Now, I want to make a few things clear. I'm talking about what would I like to see happen in the board game community and board game business and things. I'm not talking about my personal life and my family and kids. That's a different list. Or even what would I like to see happen with the Dice Tower this year. That's a different list. Like my personal aspirations and stuff are set aside. These are things I'd like to see happen. These are in no particular order at all. They're in the order that I wrote them down. So these are not predictions either. These are just things I would like to see happen. I'll be doing a prediction list in Board Game Breakfast, and there might even be some crossover. We'll see. Number one, I would like to see PAX grow and become a big, giant convention at the end of the year in America. I think it would be a nice bookend to the year. I think PAX, I'm talking about PAX Unplugged, by the way. PAX Unplugged was a great first-year convention, and I really like the ideas. They know how to run a convention. They've been running all the PAX conventions. This one was run really well. I like the location, so I like to see this one get bigger and more, I just become like a staple of the end of the year. I think that would be cool. Number two, I'd like to see escape room style games expand and grow. Well, I don't think I need to worry about them expanding, right? We're going to see a whole lot more escape room games come. But I would like to see the concepts introduced in escape room games start permeating other games, like a deck building game. When those first came out, deck building now it's starting to show up in games as a subset of that game. And I would like to see the same thing happen with escape room games. I wouldn't mind seeing an escape room game just become this mega hit too across the nation. Everyone's playing it, and then suddenly there's this craze of finding more about these escape room things. I would like to see more collaborations, number three, between companies. So like, for example, we just saw WizKids and Games Workshop make a deal, and so they're doing different things there. I like that concept. I like to see more companies. We've seen Steve Jackson is working with CMON for Munchkin, making Munchkin board games. That's a neat thing, right? Like, you might have a license, and another company is good at making a specific type of game, and you want to do a crossover. That's a cool concept. We've seen some of it, and most of the time it happens, I do enjoy it. Like, for example, AEG did a Munchkin Smash Up. I enjoyed that. I thought it was a good game. So I'd like to see more of that. I also like to see more designer crossovers. There's a lot of designers who are working together. And sometimes you see the same pairings, but occasionally you'll see this designer work with this one. You're like, well, that sounds intriguing. I like that concept. So my number four, seeing just some designers, and I don't have anyone in particular in mind, but just like this famous designer and this new designer work together. I like to mix these concepts. That's fun for me to see it. I like to see more experimental games. My number five. Someone said, Tom, be careful what you wish for, when they saw my list. And yes, that's true, right? But I like things like Fog of Love. It's different. When experimental game, I don't think it needs to be edgy. I don't think an experimental game needs to be the same thing, but with this theme. No, but like, what kind of different experience can a game give? And I like to see more of that explored. Now, I might not like all these games, right? Like this War of Mine was kind of an experimental game. That game's good, but I mean, I don't want to play it all the time and stuff. But I'd like to see more exploration in that area. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'd like to see more female designers. Now, we definitely have reached a point where when you say, Tom, what are your top 10 favorite female designers? I could probably put together a list at this point in time, but I would like to make that list difficult. I think this is going to happen anyway because the whole genre of board gaming now is appealing to a much wider audience, and so we're starting to see more and more people get involved and more people making board games. And I mean, it's not just female board games. I like to see a whole kind of diverse cast of people designing games. I think that's a really cool idea. And that's just kind of where my focal point would be at the beginning. But I'd like to see lots of different people designing games. Number 7, I'd like to see rules fixing. Now, we've always had a problem with rule books, right? Some rule books are great, some rule books are not. But the fact is rules are hard to learn. No one knows this more than some people who learn a lot of games. And as many games as I go through, still make mistakes with the rules. But I think we're starting to see a change in the industry, right? We're seeing things like Dized application, where you can go learn to play games as an app. But we're also seeing videos. When you get a game and they're like, don't want to read the rules, watch this video to learn the rules. I would wish that this becomes standard, that you literally, every company has a rule book with a link in it to how to play the game. I'm not saying it has to be Rodney Smith or Paul Grogan or any of the excellent ones out there, or the Rules Girl on our channel, or any of those excellent folks who do these. Just anybody, do it yourself. But if you can't do a good job, find someone else to do it for you. But have a rules explanation video out there. That's what I like to see. Board game commercial. I'd love to see a board game commercial during the Super Bowl. That probably won't happen. But maybe just in primetime TV at some point. I'd like to see suddenly people are like, well, wow, what was that? That looks really cool. Maybe this is a little too late on this one since commercials are becoming a thing of the past with streaming. But still, one can hope. I'd like to also see more games with a focus. Now, don't get me wrong. I love when a game includes the kitchen sink. And you buy a game and it comes with everything. And you get this, and this. And that's fantastic. But it does start getting exhausting after a while. I got this campaign to go through, and I got this, and then it comes with 6,000 different mini expansions. That's not bad. But why don't we work on the base game? You know, there's a lot of games out there where people are like, well, it's really great because you can add all this stuff. But what if I took all that stuff away? Is the game itself still great? And I think we should be striving to make those great games. And then finally, my number 10 wish for 2018 in the board game arena would be to see a kids game come, a phenomenally good kids game come, and be a worldwide phenomenon hit. I would love to see that happen. We've seen big hits, Tickets, Rides, Settlers of Catan, but we haven't ever seen a kids one become that big of a hit where every kid in America wants to play this game, and it's not Candyland or anything like that. It's an actually really good kids game that will then hopefully lead them into other paths that will lead them to find the other great kids games, which will lead them into adult games. That's what I would love to see. Also, I guess at number 11, I would like to see HeroScape come back, but I know that's never going to happen, so that's just a false wish. Anyway, those are my top 10 wishes for 2018. What are yours? Let me know in the comments. Until next time, I'm Tom Vasel, and this is the beginning of a new year.